So as you can see in front of you, this Android phone looks like an iPhone 15 or iOS 17. Not just that, I'm going to show you how to even install Dynamic Island on it. So as you can see, this Android phone now has Dynamic Island and it works properly without any issues, and in today's video you'll know how to make your Android phone look like an iPhone. So guys, I hope you're all doing well. Like you see in front of you, this Android phone looks like an iPhone, and I'm going to show you how to do that for free. All I ask from you in return is to subscribe and like this video. You have no idea how helpful that is for the channel. So if you're going to enjoy the content, please show it via a like or subscribe to the channel. So first things first, let's start off on how to install a Dynamic Island on your Android phone. So it works on any Android phone. All you need to do is follow the steps. Everything that you're going to see in front of you is going to be available in the description box. So if you're going to download an application, then 100% the link will be in the description box. If you don't want to open it from there, then all you can do is go to the Play Store and follow the steps that you're seeing in front of you. So go to the Play Store and search for an application called Dynamic Island Notch iOS. So I just uninstalled it because I want to show you from scratch. Wait for the application to start downloading, and once the application finishes downloading, all you need to do is follow the steps that I'm going to show you. Everything is going to be slow, everything is going to be precise. I'm not going to fast forward any steps of this video so you can know how to do this exactly and literally. So make sure to follow my lead. Press on get started or tap on get started and then add permissions to the application. Just tap on agree and then it's going to show you this option. Click on downloaded apps and then scroll down until you find Dynamic Island. Once you see that, make sure to turn on that toggle. Some Android phones might ask you to wait 10 seconds before you press on OK. If this is your case as well, just make sure to wait and then press on OK. Once you press on OK, just go back and then I'm going to show you what the next steps are. So if you go back to the application and then tap on enable notifications, you should also be able to tap on agree. You need to give it full permission and access for it to work perfectly. So just go back to Dynamic Island, choose allow notification access, wait another 10 seconds if your Android phone is asking you to. If not, just press on OK. And we should be good to go for the first step, which is enabling Dynamic Island on our Android phone, which is going to look like an iPhone in a sec. So just tap on next, and then if you see this option here, that means you've done it correctly. You can play around here if you want to just maximize the the scale or the dimensions of the Dynamic Island. I like to keep it this way, but you can play around with it if you want. Otherwise, it should be good to go. So if you open Spotify or if you go to the settings application, you will have your Dynamic Island shown on the above screen, just like you would normally see on an iPhone. And if this is something you're enjoying, like I mentioned, don't forget to subscribe. It will truly help out the channel. You have no idea how helpful that is. And it's also free, so you might as well do that. So we're done with the first step, which is enabling Dynamic Island on our Android phone. So now we're going to go ahead and move to the second step, which is installing iOS 17 on our Android or making our iPhone look like iOS 17 in this video. So like I mentioned, the links are going to be in the description box if you don't want to follow my lead and search for it on the Play Store, or if it's not available on the Play Store, just make sure to click on the link in the description box. So you're going to go to the Play Store and search for an application called Launcher iOS 17. I'm going to search for that and then I'm going to choose the one that I'm going to show you to. So just search for that application and then choose that application that says Tech Developer. If you can't find this, just click on the link in the description box and then just press on install or download, and let's wait for this application to start downloading. While we're waiting for this application to start downloading, I want to see if you have any questions or concerns. Make sure to comment below. I'll make sure to respond. Otherwise, let's proceed with the video. So now you can click on open, and then I'm going to show you what the next steps are. This is going to be a lengthy tutorial, so just make sure to follow my lead. So if it asks you for location services, just tap on while using this application and then tap on allow. You need to grant it permission to work properly because this is going to change your Android phone to an iPhone or make it look like an iPhone. So once we're on the screen, tap on the first one, which is lock screen, and then tap on OK. It's going to take you to the Play Store for it to download that application, which is the lock screen of iPhones coming to your Android phone. Tap on install, wait for the application to start downloading. Once the download is complete, I'll show you what the next steps are. So while we're waiting for the application to start downloading, once it's done, tap on open, and then I'll show you what the next steps are. Make sure to give it permission. Tap on while using the application, tap on OK. and then it's going to take you to the settings and it's going to ask you to turn on auto start. So just scroll down until you find lock screen and notifications and also iOS 16 launcher. Make sure to give it permission for both because you don't want to do this later. Just make sure to do it now and then scroll back. If it still asks you for this prompt, just press on cancel. If you haven't done it correctly, just make sure to confirm you've added that notification and turn it on. Otherwise, if it still asks you for this prompt, just make sure to tap on cancel like I'm doing here and you should be good to go. Now you're gonna see a toggle on the above screen. As you can see, just turn that on and then tap on OK when it asks you. Once you turn it on and then press on OK, you should go ahead and go to the application again, which is lock screen and then iOS launcher. So just tap on allow notification access and then scroll back. If it asks you to wait for 10 seconds, just make sure to wait and then tap on OK. We're going to do that in a sec, so let's wait for it and then we're going to tap on OK. So once you tap on OK and go back, you can do the same thing for iOS 16 launcher. It depends on you. Otherwise, you can just, skip that step as well because it's going to ask you eventually. So as you can see, I'm going to find the lock screen notification application and then I'm going to tap on allow display over other apps and then I'm going to go back to the application one more time and let's see what the next steps is. So if it asks you, if it shows you an ad, just make sure to skip it. Otherwise, you're good to go. So tap on launcher iOS and then wait for the ad to complete. It might show you, it might not. It's best to do this offline if you've finished downloading everything, but for the first time, just make sure to follow my lead. Then tap on Control Center, then tap on OK. It's going to take you to the Play Store again, so you can download this application. And a reminder, if one of the applications are not available, you can download it from the description box. And if you're enjoying this video, like I mentioned, I know I've said it for the third time, but a subscribe and a like would truly help out the channel and make more videos similar to this possible for you and for your viewers. So tap on open once it's done downloading and let's go ahead and go through the permissions one more time. We're going to scroll down and find Control Center because this is what we downloaded. We're going to tap on that and then we're going to tap on allow display over other apps. So just turn that on. If it asks you to wait, you can wait. Otherwise, just go back and let's follow the steps and see what it's going to do. So if we go back to the application and we go back one more time, this one should be good to go. Although I would suggest that you put it in a position where you're comfortable at. So as you can see, the third option is position. This is basically where you want the control center to be turned on for. I usually choose top. That's where iPhones usually put it, and you can choose it on right if you want to. Otherwise, just make it to a position where you're comfortable with. So we're going to wait for this ad to complete and then we're going to go back. So as you can see, mine is currently on the bottom, but I'm going to put it on the top because that's where I'm comfortable at. And like I mentioned, you can play around with this to your satisfaction. If it asks you for permission, just click on allow modifying system and then you should be good to go. So we're pretty much done with this step as well. We're going to go to the last step, or hopefully the last step, which is having the launcher or the Android phone look like an iPhone because everything is now completed. But before you do that, we're going to have to add Assistive Touch as well. I'm sure if you've used an iPhone before, you know what Assistive Touch is. It basically is a button where you click on it or tap on it. It's going to show you a lot of features. So just install this from the Play Store or from the application because it's going to take you there eventually. If it's not available, like I mentioned, the description box is where all the links for the downloads are. Once you're done downloading, just tap on open and then tap on Assistive Touch one more time. Tap on allow display over other apps and then you should be good to go. So now you see that circle. If you tap on it, you should have your Android phone enabled with Assistive Touch, which is only available exclusively on iPhones and iPads. So we're pretty much done with this step as well. The last step is to enable the launcher, which is if you just tap on the home button or go back to your home button, you should have it enabled by default. Most Android phones are like that. Mine is also like that, and you're going to see how that works. So if I go to the Telegram application, I'm going to show you how to install the wallpaper as well. So this wallpaper, which is the iOS 17 wallpaper, is going to be in the description box. I'm going to download it from Telegram, but you're going to have it as a link. So just download it and then go to your gallery, set it as a wallpaper just by going to the photo in your gallery, clicking on it or tapping on it, and then if you go to the photo that you just downloaded and tap on that 3 dots on the right hand side of the screen, you should be able to see an option that says set as wallpaper. Just make sure to set it as both for your wallpaper and your lock screen, and then you should have your Android phone having a wallpaper that's from the iOS 17 or iPhone 15s nowadays. So this is pretty much the last step. Once you're done with that, if you tap on the home button or if you tap on the iOS 16 launcher and make sure it's turned on like that, now I just turned it off and you need to turn it on again, and then you'll have your Android phone looking like an iPhone. So it's really cool. You're gonna have your Android phone look different. It's something unique, and I'm sure most of your friends and family members will ask you how you enabled that. You can share this video with them if they want to do the same thing. Otherwise, it's gonna make your iPhone look cooler because it's gonna make your Android phone look like iOS 17 or iPhone 15. So I'm just going through the features and the options of this Android phone that looks like an iPhone. If you have questions or concerns, just make sure to comment below. If you face any issues with this tutorial, you can also comment below. I've made a previous video back in 2020. A lot of people ask me how I can disable this. I'm going to show you how to disable this as well. So disabling or uninstalling this feature is really simple. All you need to do is uninstall the applications that you downloaded starting from the iOS 16 launcher. So iOS 16 launcher is that application. I'm just going to hold that or just press on uninstall or delete, and then you should have your Android phone go back to default. You can do the same thing for the other apps that you installed. So if this video was helpful, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like or subscribe. It's gonna help out the channel. Thank you so much and see you next time.